prying tool. You can use the metal one or you can use the plastic one. I recommend using the plastic since we'll be working on the trim. It's a little easier on the scratch side, so it won't really leave that many scratches on there. We'll need a 912 millimeter socket to get those bolts out of the dash, and we'll need a masking tape and whatever color paint we're going to put on. As you can see, I already took the bottom part out because I was working on that alarm system. So we have a couple of bolts that we took out. I believe about, as a matter of fact, they're right here. 2, 4, 6 bolts that we took out, and we had to pry this little ring out on the vent because we'll make it another color. This was the fog light button that was going right there. We took that out, the headlight switch. So we'll do that all across, and we'll take the trim out and we'll go ahead and we'll paint it out. Alright guys, so as you can see, you have to pry it from the inside out. So you have to make sure you actually put that prying tool on the right spot, because there's a little thin layer, as you can see on this side. There's this thin layer that kind of tend to go underneath when you try to poke it as well. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, so be careful not to break that, otherwise you're screwing up your vent. So we'll pry it up from underneath and we'll take this one out. I already took those other two out, and the goal is to also finish this all out, refinish all of this. So my seat cannot go any further back, but I'm working on taking the center console. When you're taking the switch out, the one that sits on the driver's side there's two little tabs here. As you can see, you can squeeze them both and then push the button towards you, and you should be able to get it out. It's the same process almost with the four-wheel drive button here. If your car has a four-wheel drive system, you have all these little clips here, so you have to kind of like, you know, squeeze them from the inside out after you take the center console and then push the button out, and you should be able to get it out, and then just unplug it from here, and there you go. You got your spot all clean. Everything is all taped up, and we should be ready to start in a minute. So it's always good to take the tape off when the paint is still a little wet, so it cuts straight and you don't have those weird strange lines. So I had to take this out too, just to kind of get more room to spray it out. But I don't know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comment below. We'll finish our accent little rings there, and we'll give it a shot. Alright guys, so that's our front fascia for the Expedition. We'll try to refinish that as well. To take those buttons after you've disconnected everything, you just got to come on the back, and you see the clips here. There's 4 of them, and basically, which I'm not gonna recommend laying that on the ground because you don't want to damage it, so I'm gonna put it on my foot here. But basically you squeeze it like this and you push it outwards, okay? And when you do that, it's gonna come right back out. And that's how I took this one out. So I just wanted to show you guys. On the back you have those 4 bolts that you have to take out, and you should be able to get the climate control out as well. Alright guys, we started with a light coat on that wood finish. So on the last round, I used the whole can. So, and it's can that is made for that for vinyl or fabric. I can use a trim, the can that's made for the trim, but this is actually what you want. You don't want to use any other regular type of paint because it might not stick properly and it might look funny afterwards. So that's my other makeshift painting station. That's the other cup holders. I'm going to put the last coat on this one. And since it's circular, you have to go from every different angle. Make sure you got it right. And it dries pretty fast, so I don't have to let it dry for like 5-6 days. I should be able to put it back in today and then let the car cool off with it in there. So looks pretty good. Alright guys, so the tach is back in. There's no way to upgrade the LED on those because it's soldered on the circuit board. But I wanted to show you guys, there's 2 bolts up here, and there's 1 bolt there, and 1 bolt there. That's how you take this sucker off, and then there's a connector on the back. The other 2 bolts will go on the cover piece here that we also painted, and I'm about to show you. I have this piece right here that goes on that same cover that we decided not to paint to kind of create a little contrast there when we mount everything back up, because we have some projects going on as well for later for the steering wheel. So you can see we had to start the truck to be able to rotate the steering wheel and gradually paint the back side of it. I didn't want to remove it. The reason why there's no tape is because we're going to make a contrast with the tape with the paint afterwards. So we're just worrying about painting every single side, and then we'll shut it off and then do the same when we do the red part. There you go. Sorry about the key buzzing, but it's because we're going to turn the steering wheel in a minute to paint this thing up. So that's how we got it all masked out, and we'll paint it in a minute. Alright, as you can see, we did tape the part of the steering that we wanted to keep brown. We have some little overspray here, but it's nothing that you can take off with acetone. But basically, that's what it looks like now. I'll let it dry, and then I'll come back and I'll do the other section of it. Alright guys, we still got the buzzing, you know, but that's how we got the steering wheel covered, just to get our horn there. Because I didn't want to take the horn out, and there was a little bit of leeway in between the steering wheel and the horn, because the horn does come off. It's the airbag actually. So we just kind of stuck some paper on there, and we got it done that way instead of taking the airbag off. So there you have it. We're going to keep on spraying a little bit more, and we'll let it dry. As you can see, I did it with nail polish, but there was some overspray like I showed you guys earlier. So basically what I did was I just dabbed a little bit of the nail polish remover here, and I did that. So I'm gonna wet it after that with some water, and I'm gonna wipe it out again so the abrasive doesn't, you know, kind of mess around with the wood cleaner. I mean the wood sealant, and I'll go ahead and I'll use the wood cleaner again to get it its regular shine. So there you go. You have it. I'm about to peel off all the buttons, and we should be in business. See, I came back with my little box cutter. You can use a blade, you can use whatever you're comfortable with, and basically I'm just picking up the corners. I don't know if you can see, I'm picking up the corners to peel up my tape, and that's how I got it all out. So you know, I'll recommend being careful so you don't damage it, but basically that's how I put it on there. I put the tape, and then I cut the corners of it. Now as you can see, this one kind of left a little dirty look on there, but I'm going to take that out with my acetone later on when it dries out, and I'll see how it looks. Eventually I'm going to put a black Ford logo on there, but yeah, there you have it. Yesterday where I did have to spray some gloss afterwards, so we can get, you know, can enhance the shine a little bit and kind of add an extra layer of protection, you know, and it feels a little bit better and more durable, so it doesn't scratch out easily. If it ever does, it's not a bad process. It might take me a day to do everything, but at least I have that extra layer of protection. Here I did use that same paint. It was leather, so I hope it holds. I'll let it dry out. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not gonna spray some gloss here yet. I'll let it sit and I'll see how it looks, and then I'll just go ahead and spray some gloss on there. And again, I didn't care about the button as far as them having gloss. I mean, it's buttons, it's gonna cover it. It might actually even help from the peeling, I mean with the peeling on the buttons, but I'm just gonna spray some gloss on it a little bit. I'm not gonna really try to spray on the buttons because I already sprayed gloss on it before, but I'm gonna do it like that, and I'll see how it looks. I just applied a slight gloss coat on there. As you can see, you don't want to put gloss on top of plastic, so it looks a little finicky on that, which is strange because that's plastic as well. It doesn't look that way, but I'll find a way to clear that out. I'm not too worried again because I'm gonna put a Ford sticker on there, a black Ford sticker, so shouldn't be a big deal. But there you have it. I'm gonna let it dry out and start putting everything back up together. All right guys, so are you ready? There we go. track. And again, keep in mind it's not fully done. We're still gonna have to finish our interior as far as our seats, because they did not come red like that. It's just an insert little tri piece that we got going on. So guys, let me know what you think about that red overdrive button. I think the contrast is just fantastic. And yes, it is what it is. We can discuss that in another video. But yes, you did see right. And that is a 10-inch double DIN radio. It is detachable and it does tilt. Okay, side by side, left, right. And you can also take it out of the mount. So guys, I think the detail, the attention to detail is just beautiful. Let me know what you think. There's some spots that we still got to fix on the tack. Guys, check that out. We got our wireless charging going on in there. So our vent is back on there. 4x4 button. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. But I think we did really good. The whole front of the dash is completely done. We're just gonna move back and make some additional videos for the doors, the door panel, the rear seats, and headliner, and everything else. So guys, stay tuned, and thank you so much for the support. Just keep on coming, keep on sharing, and we'll get you guys taken care of. Peace.